I am headed in to get my BBL. And by BBL, I do mean bust down, Barbiana, middle parts, slay. And if you thought that you could speak to me before I went in my appointment,
please don't speak to me after, because I don't know.
It's the glamorous girl herself, and I hate to break it to you, but if you're still plucking your wigs in 2022, you might be just a little bit late. But with OMG Her Hair, that's nothing to worry about. You know I came to slay, not play, and I dropped so many tips and tricks in today's video. You can check the timestamps, or you can get into this meal, because trust me, it's worth it. Now, meticulous might be my middle name, but after co-washing my units, I love going with a heat protectant and blow drying the units. That's a great step, and this hairline is so on point, absolutely no manipulation required. But since I'm not plucking or tweezing the hairline, I could do other things like slick it down, make sure it's super flawless. And I love using my signature products, and you guys have seen them at work time and time again, and you see the end results, so you know all my heat styling tools, my heat styling products, they work. Look how good the unit looks, and we haven't even flat ironed it. Now I'm taking this a step further. Because this is a Yaki texture, I do want to go in and do the comb chase method. This is just to ensure a sleek finish. Again, with a Yaki texture, it's a little bit less maintenance than your standard kinky straight, and the texture is a bit different, but you can still have volume, or if you use extra heat styling like I did, it creates an even more sleek finish. Now I like to go in and trim the lace around the ear tabs, and you want to save the lace that we trim, because I'm going to show you guys a little trick, especially since I'm using a lace tint in today's video. That's super fun. I saw the girls using it and I said I want to test it out for myself. Look how clean that looks. Everything is super neat and clean and ready for the install. Now, I don't use wig caps for the ball cap method. I'm gonna use some pantyhose. I'm using the same pantyhose from the original video that I did, which I'll link in the card section and the description box. But I like to cut it about the length of my forearm plus my hand, and I'm just going to add a little bit of oil sheen to the pantyhose to just make sure it's nourishing. Add a little bit of oil, and actually it makes it easier to slick this onto the head since it is particularly tight. But I like using pantyhose because it's super thin, it's a lot neater, and it just takes on whatever tint or color that you apply. Now with the makeup spatula, I'm going to use this to push the hair from my hairline backwards out of the way. And I did go in and make a little bit of mistake, because when you do the ball cap method, you should be first trying to situate the cap around the curvature of your ear so that it lays flat and it looks so much neater during the install process. And once we get back on track, because mistakes happen, that's cool, I'm going in with the makeup spatula, and I'm going to be using the got2b Invincible styling gel. This is the gel in the black bottle, not the yellow bottle. I do not recommend the yellow bottle, but I like to apply a very thin layer. Just one layer will suffice. Make sure it's even, and you want to shear it out or thin it out as best as possible and give it time to dry. Next, I'm going in with the mini hard head spray. I like to apply gel first because it's neater, it's cleaner, and plus when you go into spray, I feel like it just applies better when the base is a gel. It's just a lot neater and the spray isn't going every which way. And again, I use the makeup spatula to shear it out and disperse it so that it evenly covers the area in front of my hairline. I got some questions about the color of the pantyhose. You know, growing up, I saw my mother get like coffee or nude, but you want to make sure that it's a nude that matches your skin complexion. I wasn't certain about the color, but if I do find it, I have it linked in the description box. Now, I like to do a little trick with the elastic band. I'm going to apply this and sort of like push it backward, because I just want to ensure that the pantyhose around my ears are laying flat while I go in to trim away the excess. I like to be super neat, and I don't really apply it to too much of my hairline. I'm trying to stay away from just like smattering products onto the hairline. I didn't show it here, but you want to clean your hairline with witch hazel. I did that in the previous bald cap method video, so again, I'm going to link that as a reference because it's really important and it'll cover steps that I may not mention here. Sometimes when you're trimming off the excess material from the pantyhose, you may find that the cap will roll or the ends aren't sealed. So I go in with the Bold Hold Liquid Gold. The hair diagram recommended doing this to ensure that the front edge of your pantyhose for your bald cap lays flat, it's thin, and if it happens to roll up, you can use that makeup spatula to press it out again to make sure everything lays flat. The makeup spatula is perfect. You need it. I'll link it in the description box because we trying to take the install to the next level. And I like placing the elastic band down before I go in and to wipe off the excess product with witch hazel because it just makes it neater and I can protect the edge of my pantyhose or my bald cap. Now, I'm not sure this step is 100% necessary, but I laid down some pressed powder. Now, using the EBIN New York lace tint, I applied it to a bit of the lace that we removed from the ear tabs on the left side, and the right side has no lace tint. So you guys can see there is a slight difference. And again, I'm going in to spray the interior of the wig so that I can have a nice even color. And I wanted to see how it looked against my skin, and honey, the match is perfect. This is light, warm brown. Highly recommend, because again, I'm trying to step away from powder because sometimes there's a bit of buildup and it may cause a little bit of residue with the gel that I use. And anytime I can improve my install, I'm always down, and I'm always showing you guys and sharing what I learned. For the center of my wigs, I'm only using the hard head spray because honestly, you don't need anything else. But I do know that the lace around the ear tabs can be a little bit tricky, so I always use gel on the base when I am installing it and then follow it with the hard head spray. But look at that meltdown. Like, do not play with me. Like, girl. I just like showing my entire process because some people think I skip things, I omit things, I don't show everything. Girl, this is as thorough as it can get, as detailed as it can get every time. But I kind of want to cut down the length of my videos, so you guys let me know which parts I can start skipping in a tutorial. As always, I advise using witch hazel to clean up excess product around the hairline. Don't use alcohol, okay? Please, we're trying to protect the hairline. Now, why am I using the ball cap method? When you do a bust down, this is to ensure that your wig is going to lay extremely flat. When you intend to do a middle part with a sleek style, you want to ensure that one, your foundation is flat. I have braids, and with the ball cap method, it just creates a surface that's even across so you don't have lumps and bumps. And with a style like this, if it's inconsistent, if the foundation is uneven, it will be incredibly visible. That's how you see the girls with the humps and like it's kind of raising in the back or around the crown in the middle. Now, how do you feel about the hairline? Did they over pluck it? Did they get it just right? Would you like a little bit fuller? Definitely let me know in the comments section. They could have added a little bit more density to the hairline, but to be honest, I'm not mad at it. It looks really good with the finished look. Now this is 150% density, so you are dragging a bit of a wagon. And post-op, you know, post BBL, aka bust down Barbiana, middle of her, I felt good. I wore this unit with no makeup for 2 whole days. It's just that bomb. Like, I show you guys exactly how it looks with no makeup, and it looks that good, sis. So even with makeup or without, you're still gonna slay. Again, she's 20 inches, could be about like 22, 24. Sometimes, you know, these companies be like, it's 20 inches and it's giving 22, 24. And you could even wear this up. I know I get that question a lot, but honey, come on, a half up, half down is easy with this kind of look. I was in love. I think you should be in love too. They're having a tax return sale, honey. Yes, they're okay. If you can spoil yourself, you can treat yourself because you deserve it. Check out OMGHERHAIR. You can use the code PINK15 or tax to get money off, sis. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I hope I see you in the next one.